Ever feel like you're just spinning your wheels with money? Like you're working hard, but not really getting anywhere?
Oh, absolutely. That feeling is so common, isn't it? Living paycheck to paycheck, that kind of low-level financial stress.
It really is. And it affects, well, everything. But what if you could actually step off that treadmill,
Mm.
build something solid?
Yeah, gain some actual control. And that vulnerability you mentioned, it really highlights why taking some kind of action is so important.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to get into today in this book talk. We're looking at the key ideas from the Total Money Makeover.
Right, the one by Dave Ramsey.
That's the one. And, Dave Ramsey, he's become this huge voice in personal finance.
He has, and his own story is pretty powerful, actually. He built wealth, lost it all, went broke,
Right. So he gets it. He's been there.
which gives him this really grounded perspective, I think. It's not just theory for him.
Totally. It's practical, like really no nonsense advice. And the big thing, the thing he hammers home, is it's more about your behavior with money.
Mm-hmm. Less about knowing complex financial stuff.
Yeah, less about the jargon and more about changing your habits, your whole relationship with money, really.
And that's kind of his core philosophy, isn't it? That winning with money is like 80% behavior and maybe 20% head knowledge,
He does say that.
which is encouraging, I think. It makes it feel less intimidating if you're not, a finance whiz.
Definitely. So, okay, let's dig into some of the actual steps, the core principles. One of the very first things he talks about is needing to just face it.
Face the music.
Kind of, yeah. He calls it looking in the financial mirror.
Huh.
Seeing everything, warts and all, no hiding.
And that honest look, that self-assessment, it's
Yeah.
fundamental because it's so easy these days to just sort of accept debt as normal, right?
Yeah. Or spending a bit too much.
Exactly. But Ramsey's point is you can't make real progress until you confront the actual numbers, the full picture, even if it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, that focus is what helps you break those old habits, he argues.
And he's really big on personal responsibility, too.
Oh, yeah. No sugarcoating there. He basically says, look, your financial state, it's down to your decisions. Nobody else's fault, ultimately.
Right. Which sounds harsh, maybe, but it's also empowering, isn't it? Because if it's your decisions, you also have the power to make different ones.
True. You're not just a victim of circumstance.
Yeah. The makeover isn't magic. It's a plan, but you have to own it. You have to make the choices.
So one of the first, concrete actions in the plan is setting up what he calls the baby emergency fund, just a quick $1,000.
Or $500 if your income is really tight, yeah.
Okay, so why start there? Why that specific, relatively small amount?
Well, it's like an immediate buffer, isn't it? Life happens, the car breaks down, you need a doctor.
Right, those little emergencies.
Exactly. And without that small cushion, what do most people do?
Reach for the credit card. Or take out a small loan.
Yep. And you're right back in the debt cycle. So this little fund is designed to interrupt that cycle. Just gives you that tiny bit of breathing room, that immediate security.
Like a financial first aid kit. Ready to go.
That's a good way to put it. And he stresses keeping it accessible, right? Cash or easily accessed saving.
Yeah, not tied up in investments or anything.
Because you need to be able to grab it quickly for a real emergency without hesitation. The goal isn't earning interest here.
It's peace of mind.
Exactly. Peace of mind. He jokes it makes you Murphy resistant. Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will.
Ah, right.
He says when you're prepared, Murphy seems to visit less often. It's a mindset thing too, maybe?
Okay, so you get that $1,000 saved up. What's next? That's when the debt attack really starts, right? With the debt snowball.
That's the one. The famous debt snowball. It's his method for getting rid of all your debts except the house.
Okay, how does that work exactly?
So you list out all your debts, credit cards, car loans, student loans, medical bills, everything but the mortgage. And you list them from the smallest balance to the largest balance.
Regardless of the interest rate.
Regardless of the interest rate. That's the key part that sometimes surprises people. Then you pay the minimum amount due on all of them, except the smallest one.
Okay.
On that smallest debt, you throw every single extra penny you can scrape together. You attack it with intensity until it's gone. Paid off. Zero balance.
Right. So you knock out that smallest one first. What happens then?
Then you take the entire amount you were paying on that now gone debt, the minimum payment plus all the extra money you were throwing at it,
Yeah.
and you add that whole chunk onto the minimum payment of the next smallest debt on your list.
Okay, I see. So the payment amount grows.
Exactly. It snowballs. Each time you pay off a debt, the money you have available to attack the next one gets bigger and bigger. You gain momentum.
So it's really about psychology then, as much as math. Prioritizing those quick wins.
Precisely. Ramsey really understands the emotional side of money. Seeing that first debt disappear, then the next one. It's a huge psychological boost.
Gives you hope. Keeps you motivated.
Totally. Because paying off debt, especially if you have a lot, can feel overwhelming. This gives you tangible progress, fast wins to keep you in the game for the long haul.
Makes sense. And he tells lots of stories about this in the book, right? Regular people doing it.
Loads of them. People who thought they'd never get out of debt, using the snowball to become debt-free. It's quite inspiring, actually.
And alongside the snowball, he's very, very strict about not taking on any new debt, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Cut up the credit card, stop borrowing, full stop. He draws a really hard line.
He jokes about how the minute you decide that, you'll suddenly get all these amazing 0% financing offers in the mail.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? The temptation is everywhere. But his point is that debt is risk. It keeps you tied down.
The borrower is slave to the lender. He uses that phrase, right?
He does. It's an old proverb, but it captures his view perfectly. Debt limits your freedom and your ability to build real wealth.
And he also tackles some, common money myths, things we just tend to accept.
Yeah, he pushes back hard against conventional wisdom sometimes. Like the idea that you need a credit card to build a credit score.
Right, or that having a car payment is just normal.
Yeah.
A fact of life.
He argues against that stuff. He'll say, look, if you handle your money responsibly, pay your bills, save up, you can get a mortgage without relying on a FICO score built on debt. It's called manual underwriting.
Okay.
And with cars, he points out that tons of millionaires drive reliable, used cars they paid cash for. They avoid car payments like the plague.
And invest that money instead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He shows the math on how much wealth you could build over, say, 30 years just by not having the average car payment and investing it instead. It's staggering.
Wow. It really does make you pause and rethink those things you just assume are normal.
That's the goal, I think, to get you to question those standard financial habits that often lead people into trouble and instead adopt the habits of people who've actually built wealth successfully.
Which involves discipline, obviously.
Yeah.
And probably some sacrifice, at least initially.
For sure. It's not always easy, but he argues the long-term payoff financial piece, freedom, is more than worth it. It's truly life-changing for many people.
Okay, so as we kind of start to wrap up this book talk on the Total Money Makeover, what would you say are maybe the 2 or 3 biggest, most impactful things for listeners to take away?
Good question. I think, number one, it has to be that mindset shift, that decision to actually take control.
Yeah, facing reality and taking responsibility, accepting it's on you, especially with debt.
Exactly. That honest look in the mirror, like you said, and the commitment to do things differently. That's the foundation.
Okay, what else?
Second, I'd say the power of having a clear step-by-step plan, like the baby steps he outlines, particularly the debt snowball.
The system itself.
Yeah, because it's not just random advice. It's a sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And the snowball specifically, it's clever because it focuses on behavior and momentum. Those early wins are key.
That feeling of progress keeps you going when it gets tough.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe third, the simple importance of that initial baby emergency fund, that $1,000.
The buffer.
Yeah, that small buffer. It seems minor, maybe, but it's crucial for stopping the cycle. It protects your progress when small emergencies pop up so you don't slide back into debt. It keeps you on track.
Definitely. So mindset shift, the power of the snowball for momentum, and the safety net of the emergency fund. Those feel like really solid takeaways.
I think so. They're foundational principles, really. Things anyone can apply, no matter what their starting point is, to start improving their financial situation.
Yeah, you don't need a finance degree to get started with this stuff.
Not at all. Ramsey's whole message boils down to hope, really. That financial stability, even building wealth, it's achievable. It takes a plan and discipline, but it's possible for ordinary people.
So if this conversation has got you thinking, and you want the full, detailed roadmap, definitely check out the book itself, The Total Money Makeover.
Yeah, it goes into much more detail on each step, and it's filled with those stories we mentioned, which can be really motivating.
Absolutely. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll be having more discussions like this, more book talks, exploring different ideas to help you get a handle on your financial future.
Definitely. Lots more to talk about in this space.
That's right. So if you want to keep diving into these kinds of principles, get more insights, and really take command of your money, hit that subscribe button. Join us for more in-depth discussions and book talks.